can I have another wine?
You're listening to the Giggle Gang podcast.
I don't know what I'm talking about.
If you want it, just come get it.
A Giggle Gang podcast.
Just be myself.
For fuck's sake.
You know, sometimes people pay me to say ridiculous shit, and sometimes I just say it for free.
Jesus Christ.
You're listening to the Giggle Gang podcast.
Was it last night? I think it was last night. It could have been the night before. Have we started?
At what age do you get to where you forget what day things happened?
40s.
You can't even remember the age?
No, honestly, it's
bad to ask an old woman a memory question about when she lost her memory.
Did you say old woman?
I think so.
You
maybe.
did, didn't
maybe
you?
Maybe we'll have to check the tape at the end.
I think you'll have to edit this, or I'll have to kill you.
No, Mandy, I don't think you're old. I just think you've lived a life, and that's why I wanted to have you on to talk about what that life was.
The life that I had that is nearly over.
No. I mean, what it's been to date, and you know,
it's been a lot, and I don't think you have. I don't think the show is long enough. But I think it was last night. I was in Guiseley, and I was doing a show with my improv group.
Ooh.
Super Trooper Improv.
Ooh, interesting.
They're based in Leeds, and it's been running about. I think we've been going about maybe 2.5 years now, and it was set up by myself and a friend. Called Ben Spencer, and
shout out to you, Ben. Good job. Keep up the good work.
Benjamin. They're doing a show tonight. One of our monthly shows at the Box in Leeds.
How many shows does this improv group have?
Oh, constantly gigging. We're so in demand. It's incredible, Matt.
For paid gigs?
No, some of them are. The one in Guiseley was,
yeah.
And we're beginning to get the odd few now that are paid.
Yeah.
The one that we do at the Box once a month in Leeds is ticketed. So we take some of that, obviously, and we do a show once a month at Seven Arts in Leeds, and we do the odd sort of spots where we get paid.
Yeah.
And occasionally we do sort of pro comedy nights on sort of stand up bills, and then others we do where we don't get any money. But we do quite a lot.
Yeah.
We do quite a lot.
So are you, don't get offended, but are you retired now, or are you still working? As I don't know how old you really are, because you told me some age, and I thought it was ridiculous. I thought you were 42 when I first met you, right? And I told you that. And
you did.
I don't know how old you really are. And I know you shouldn't ask your age, but are you retired to have all the time to do this stuff?
It's really nice that you're bringing it up on this podcast, my age.
Yeah.
That's good. I feel very comfortable.
No, but I don't want to know the age. I just want to know where you get the time to travel around and perform at an improv group.
Yeah, I am now retired. Okay. Retired a couple of years ago.
Okay.
And
that's all we need to know.
That's all. We'll draw a veil. But no, I'm really glad. I'm really pleased to be my age, because it means I'm not dead.
Is death fast approaching, Mandy? Is that what we're saying?
It really is, Matty, and honestly, it comes around so quickly.
If you could give one piece of advice to a young 24-year-old making his or her way through this world, right? What would be the one piece of advice to a long, prosperous and happy life?
I couldn't give one piece of advice because I've got a book.
Open the book and what's on the first page?
And it's mainly advice to young people. I go around muttering it to myself all day long.
Really? Well, now's the time to stop the muttering, Mandy. Speak up.
I don't know. I think stop focusing and worrying and stressing about small stuff. You know, I think young people have got it tough in some ways.
Yeah.
You know, we really do. I mean, I think there's a lot of things that, you know, that are again young people now in their 20s, you know, harder to get jobs, afford rents or to buy somewhere is virtually impossible.
Yeah.
I think they've got it tough in a lot of ways, and then in other ways I think they've got it really easy. Yeah. And I think I hear stuff and I think that's nothing. Because it's all before you, all the good and lots of bad.
Yeah.
Really. I mean, you know, that sort of, I don't know which film it's from, was it? Buckle up, it's going to be a bumpy ride.
Is that the name of the film or the line?
No, that's the line from
right.
the movie, and it escapes me now. It's gone through my sieve brain. But it's going to be a really long, hopefully, but really bumpy ride. There's going to be a lot of shit. And just stop kind of focusing on things that are not that important.
Now, if I can be the wise 24-year-old that I am and give some advice to people my own age and older, right? Because I gave this advice to my mum, who's 53. She was like, I love that, Matthew. I love that, right? But if you think about what you just said there, stop worrying about the small things, right? Tend to the parts of the garden that you can touch. Don't worry about the weeds in the back that you can't see and whatever. Just deal with the things that you've got access to. And don't think too far in advance. Don't think, what am I going to do in 6 years? Because you don't fucking know what you're going to do in 6 years. I don't know. I didn't think, right, when I left Australia, okay, I'd broken up with a girl, okay, I thought, I'm going to go to England, with my mate. We're going to have a fantastic time. We're going to travel all through Asia together. We're going to get to England. I'm going to work on the BBC. He's going to do whatever he's going to do. We're going to become rich and famous, and we're going to have a fantastic time. Now, there was one rule when me and him left. Me and a very close friend called Cameron. No girlfriends, right? 3 weeks into our Asia trip, he hooks up with this Canadian bird that he ends up being with for a year. She came back, lived with us in this apartment, was a part of our lives for 12 months. That all ended, right? 6 months later, I meet the girl I'm now engaged to. One rule, Mandy: no girlfriends. And
you broke your own rule.
Absolutely, we did.
First rule of Rule Club.
Absolutely.
Break your own rules.
No girlfriends. But it was just so crazy. And then Hazel was going, I didn't think I'd be engaged to an Australian and finishing my teacher training and moving to the other side of the world. And I was like, neither did I.
What's her name again?
But
your
here we are,
girlfriend?
Hazel.
Oh, she is fiancé now.
Fiancé, yes.
Your fancy fiancé.
My fancy fiancé, the fanciest of fiancés in the Northwest.
And you're so young to be engaged.
I am so young. Do you want to understand my thinking there, Mandy?
Have we got time? We've got time, Matty, to understand your thinking.
Pretty quick.
Go on, pretty shallow.
So, no, not pretty shallow. It was a case of when I went back to Australia, right? I hate England. I think it's a terrible, terrible place, and I really don't enjoy being here.
No,
right?
say what you feel.
Right, but I was coming back, and I thought, if I'm going to stay here, the only reason I'm staying is for her, so I can wait for her to finish her degree, and then we can move to Australia, because she needs to get this teaching degree. She needs to become a qualified teacher. It's what she's always wanted to do, and I would never stop her.
How old is she again?
She is 22.
And her name is Heather.
Hazel.
Hazel.
You know, like your grandmother was probably called. Yeah.
Like the nut.
She's never met a young Hazel, and she gets quite upset. There's an old woman that works in Home Bargains over the road called Hazel. I'm always like, that'll be you soon, darling. But I said, look, there's two options for me. I went back to Australia when my visa finished, and I said, I either come back here with no job, no national insurance number, as a tourist, and just wait around for her, and I've no income, I've nothing, right?
No purpose.
Yeah, I'm either just a leech, basically.
Bum.
Yeah, a bum. Or I come back, I pick up my stuff, I go, this has been a fantastic 18 months, but I think I'd be better off going back to Australia, kiss her, break up with her, and go home, right? These were the two options, and both really were seriously considered, because I was like, sitting around in England for 8.5 months for you to finish a degree while I just basically do this shit, which, doesn't pay great, as you know. I was like, is this really what I want to do? And when I came to the conclusion of, yes, that is what I want to do, I will wait for her, she's worth it to wait for, I was like, if she's worth it to wait for, why is she not worth it to marry? And then it's a big expectation to finish the waiting and then go, right, let's move to Australia, when I've the only commitment I did was coming back. So the ultimate commitment was coming back and saying, come to Australia, we'll get married, happy days, and then our lives continue on together. And we've got so much time together, but we want to spend it together.
And so you're not going back to Australia because it's burnt to the ground?
No, we are, definitely. There's 16 million hectares now that's been burned.
That's nothing, is it? When you think about how big Australia is.
3 Englands. Jesus, what are you trying to do here, man? You're trying to upset me. You're trying to come into my fucking studio, my bloody meeting room, and Jesus.
Yeah, but I mean, why don't you stay here? It's lovely. Look, it's all foggy out there, and we've seen a few hobos. Litter everywhere.
This city is
freezing.
Filthy. The city is filthy. It pisses with rain. The people don't speak properly. I would move to Yorkshire. I would move to Yorkshire. Yorkshire's beautiful.
I think Manchester's fantastic.
Really?
No.
Oh. Say it. Fuck 'em.
It's all right.
Oh.
It's all right. It's like anywhere in the north. It's
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah. I don't know. Leeds is horrible, but I like the Yorkshire Dales and around like Otley and Ilkley and that sort of area. It's lovely.
Yeah.
I was in. Where did I go yesterday? Yeadon.
Oh, that's a nice
Yeah.
village.
Oh,
Town.
beautiful.
It's a town.
I don't know
It's
what the fuck
really
it was.
nice. It's
The
really
charity
nice.
shops were fantastic. We had a lovely afternoon.
Do you know, my friend took his girlfriend for an afternoon. This is how Northerners are. He took his girlfriend out for an afternoon
At the
to
charity
charity shops in Eden and Otley.
Yeah. That's literally what we did yesterday.
I love a charity shop though.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah, really.
If you
really.
find something good, you give your money back to charity. Went to the 20p shop in Otley as well.
Yes, he
it was
went to the
fantastic.
Yeah, that's the second time in 2 days someone's mentioned the 20p shop in Otley.
And apparently we're speaking to Hazel's grandmother and she goes, every time I'm in that 20p shop, someone comes up to the counter and says to the angry old man that runs it,
How
is
much
it
is
really
this?
all 20p?
I
And he
know.
goes, read the fucking signs, love.
Oh, that lovely northern
Yeah.
gentleness.
Yeah.
Lovely, isn't
he's
it?
He's a very angry man. And I said to him, so what happens with these 20p's? I said, is it going to charity? He goes, no, it goes to me. I was like, okay,
Oh
fair enough.
dear. I thought they were going to get loads of business after we mentioned them, but I think after you saying that, maybe not now.
The guy was so disinterested in everything that was going on. His shop's a fucking tip.
But that's really, I think that's quite northern.
It's beautiful. You can stay in there for hours.
Yeah, but we can never. I was thinking about this earlier because I was thinking about my brother, and I was thinking, he's a bit like that Carl Pilkington guy who really boils my piss. It's that sort of nothing's interesting, nothing's exciting. What's this? It's rubbish.
Yeah.
It's that real northern. We can't get excited. We can't show sort of
Excitement's almost weakness. In a
Yes.
way.
It's that, it's all right. It just
I'm a little
it's
bit
so
like
tough.
that about some things. I feel like these people that give these fake reactions, like when women see other women's nails, right? Like, oh, your nails are so beautiful. Let me have a look at your nails. Like, it's just this over-the-top reaction about fucking nail polish.
I've never ever been around anybody who's done that.
Oh, they do it though.
Do they?
They do it. Especially
What,
when you
maybe
work
on-
in an office with fuckwits, right? And it's literally like coming, oh, your nails are beautiful. Where'd you get that? And I was like, it's fucking nail polish, mate. Like, whatever. And some people are like, oh, what do you think of this? And I'm like, it's all right. Like, I'm not going to give you the reaction you don't deserve. But if I see someone do a double backflip in Lidl, right, I'm fucking impressed. I'm like, that's a good backflip.
What's Lidl?
The supermarket? Are you trying to be middle class?
I've been trying for so long. I think I've reached peak middle classes now.
Are you serious? You don't know what Lidl is?
I do know what
Oh
Lidl
my
is.
God.
Yeah. But I don't go there.
Oh.
I don't have to. And so why would
I don't
you?
have to associate with the scum of the
No,
earth.
I don't, and it's marvellous.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's absolutely marvellous, Matty.
I don't know why I said Lidl. There's not even a Lidl around here. There's a Sainsbury's over the road.
Yeah, I'll go to Sainsbury's
I
if I,
quite
have
like
to do.
Lidl. Every time I see one, I get a little, oh, that's
Do you?
Same with Asda.
Asda.
There's no Asdas around here.
So where do people go? Sainsbury's?
Sainsbury's, there's a Tesco, and obviously in the city there's Morrison's and there's everything else. But
No Waitrose then.
I don't think I've ever been in a Waitrose, no. Is that you? Are you
I
you
would.
Waitrose in M&S Food?
Oh,
yeah.
why wouldn't you be? Come on.
Oh my God.
Why wouldn't you be? I
Me
mean,
and you just live completely different lives, mate.
well, that's because you're 24 and
I
I'm
don't
about
think it's to do with
104.
I think it's to do with that.
It is. It
to
really
do with
is.
the pretentious fucking supermarket you shop at.
No, it's just lovely things. They're lovely things.
So what is so special about Waitrose? What happens in there?
It's the stuff they sell. It's just gorgeous stuff. I mean, if you like food,
Like what though?
well, you want me to give you a list of foods in
like a
Waitrose?
lettuce. Is a lettuce not just a lettuce?
You're being silly now, aren't you? You're just being silly.
But what do they sell, Mandy?
They sell amazing, gorgeous food stuff, deli stuff,
Okay.
olives,
Like
olive oil.
mortadella and prosciutto
Mortadella?
and
Yeah, those kind of things, kind of fancy, damn kind of foodstuffs that are really yummy. And if you like grub, you like nice food, then it's gorgeous. You can't listen. I don't know anybody who can afford to do their weekly shopping there. Even I can't do that. But I like to pop in and have a little shoplift now and again.
if If you were to go to Waitrose and you could shoplift 3 items, what would be your 3 key? Well, you go Waitrose and you go, I know this is good and I've had this before.
Well, I'd obviously maybe shoplift something expensive because that would be silly not to.
You can pay for it if you want to.
I thought you said shoplift.
Well, you can shoplift it as well. Do you know what I mean? It's not a case of you need to pick something expensive because you're stealing.
Okay.
I want your 3 top Waitrose products. If you're running in there, where do you go to first?
I'd go to the dips aisle.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what's in the dip? Is it like
baba ganoush?
Baba ganoush.
Baba ganoush.
Ooh.
Isn't that a lovely word? Well,
Yes.
it's 2 words. Baba ganoush. It's do you know what it is?
It's like a cheese, isn't it?
No. It's it's roasted aubergine dip. You know, like hummus.
Oh yes.
But it's with aubergines,
yes.
sort of smoked roasted aubergine.
I'm trying to think of what I'm thinking of mascarpone.
Oh dear. No, it's a lovely dip. It's a light hummus, but with aubergines.
Okay.
I'd probably pick up a nice cheese.
Okay.
Like a really good French brie.
Okay.
And possibly, what else? Some really good olives, I think.
Olives.
Yeah.
So you're very sort of antipasto, Greek Mediterranean.
Yes.
You know, that's the sort of vibe that you're going for.
Yeah. I like picky foods. I like picky things.
You like using your fingers?
Yeah. I like or bread to dip. I try not to use my fingers unless I'm very hungry. But I like dippy foods, picky foods. I'm kind of typically quite. A lot of girls like dippy food, don't they? I think.
Do you use cutlery at all?
Yeah, silver cutlery. Yeah, of course.
You're going to get a rude awakening for the roast dinner at my house. Mandy is coming to join us for a roast after this podcast. The first ever guest I've had that I've got. I'm cooking a roast. Do you want to come?
Is it? Will we have trays on our lap?
No, sit around a table.
Oh, wow. I didn't expect that. Thanks, Matty.
Yeah.
I'll definitely come now. It's lovely.
I hate eating anywhere but the table. It's horrible.
Yeah.
Because you can't do it properly. Do you know what I mean? Especially a roast. A roast is around the table food, but even breakfast, like a bowl of cereal, I'll sit at the table and I'll eat it.
You're so civilised for a young'un, aren't you? That's great.
But my girlfriend likes to, my fiance, sorry, she eats in the bed. What are you doing?
She's an animal.
I know, disgusting, horrible woman. Beautiful.
Oh, she is. I've actually seen the pics on Facebook. She's
everyone's always
lovely.
so surprised.
I was quite surprised. What is that? Why was I surprised? I thought, ooh.
Because I don't know what I look like. I'm not much to look at. All the appeal is in the character, and you know, once I speak, you know, that's where you really find, you know, the love. But I put no effort into my appearance. This is her jumper. I'm the first boyfriend that wears his girlfriend's clothes. Yeah. You know?
Well, she knows what she's getting, doesn't she?
Absolutely.
Nothing.
She's not getting much. No,
But she looks really fragrant. I think that's the thing I thought. Do you know what I mean? She looked really clean. Very pretty, but really fragrant is the first word that came to mind. Yeah, like she was all...
stinks.
Does she? Well, she eats in bed. Well, I don't know. I eat in bed.
Do you?
I do. Not like a roast dinner or anything.
Yeah. But like crisps or whatever. She's in bed.
Sandwiches.
Oh, no. Because then you wake up, there's fucking crumbs in your bed.
I don't care.
Oh, no, I can't have that.
Matty.
And on the couch, right, I'll have like maybe at a stretch chips and dip on the couch. At a stretch. But anything that involves cutlery, plates or anything else, no way. You've got to have that at the table.
Because, I mean, that's quite... You look like a tramp, and yet... You're not, are you? It's really...
No.
And yet I look all fragrant and lovely.
Yeah.
And yet I'm a bit of a baggage.
So you'll probably be surprised as well. Do you keep a tidy house?
Oh, God, yeah.
Do you live alone?
Unfortunately not.
Who do you live with?
A husband.
Oh, no. What does he do? Makes mess for you to tidy up?
No, he's really good. He's really good. I'll come in tonight, whatever time I get back, and he'll say to me, "Look, I've cleaned up for you."
I've cleaned up for you. Yes, that's
I know, isn't it? I've cleaned up for you.
Yeah.
Like there's only me lives in the house.
Yeah. And he's your servant like that. Yeah.
No, he's really good. He's really tidy, but that's because he has OCD.
Yeah. So do I.
Right, and I don't have OCD, but I'm really, really super tidy. But that is
Maybe I don't have OCD, but it almost like when I finish a meal, when I finish a meal, I have to clean it up. I can't just like leave plates for like later when I do the washing up. Like you get the stuff out, you cook, you leave it, you eat the meal, and then you tidy everything up. You put the kitchen back to where it was when you started.
But you see, you've just done that thing that I hate, which is you've self-diagnosed yourself with OCD.
I just like being clean.
Yeah, you're just a clean, tidy person.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. So no.
But I get angry if it's not done. Like if I don't do it, or someone else doesn't do it, like you can't behave like this. Like this is.
But how angry do you like smash things?
No, I would never smash things. Is your husband smashing the place up when you don't fucking tidy up? What a legend. Are you telling me that you've been a victim of DV? Are we talking about something more sinister than I expected? Because I thought it was all Waitrose, Morrisons and fucking cups of tea.
You see, this is it. It's the people that lead these kind of seemingly middle-class lives. You scratch the surface.
Yeah.
It's
DV underneath.
It's bedlam under there. It's filth. It's just awful.
It's eating bloody sandwiches in the bed. It's an absolute fucking disgrace.
No.
You did mention before, Mandy, that you are a grandmother, which I do find hard to believe.
I'm not a fucking... Who mentioned that I was a grandmother?
You said you were like, I'm the first grandma you've had on the podcast.
I didn't. I said
Did you say
I'm
granny?
the first nonna or nana possibly that you've had. I just call myself a nana because wherever I go, I'm the oldest person by a country mile. So I just call myself, and other people call me nana. People who...
But not your grandchildren?
I don't have any grandchildren. I've got a son who's 27 and a daughter who's 25.
Okay.
Unfortunately, they haven't reproduced yet, thank God.
Oh, really? You don't want them to?
No.
Why not? Is it because they're
I want the
thick?
family genes to die.
No!
We are such a mess.
Oh my
that
God.
God forbid it carries on.
What? Hang on. Where did it all go wrong? What happened?
I think our combined genes, my husband's and mine. I think that's.
So what's wrong with your husband? Because I've got an understanding of what's wrong with you.
There's just a lot of there's a lot of stuff there, Matty, and I think it's best we don't reproduce it.
Oh no!
To stop the line.
Is it a Yorkshire thing?
No, I don't think so. I think it's just bad blood.
Where are your children now? They're still in the UK?
Yeah, they've been off. They went off. They pinged off and did sort of uni things and jobs and moved countries and stuff, and then they pinged back.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That was a very quick turnaround.
I know. But a lot of kids do now.
Yeah,
it's kind of...
Look at me.
But you're not living with your mum and dad, are you?
No. Are your kids living with you?
Yeah.
Oh, what?
That's what I mean. They're still... Yeah.
Oh,
They went off and they did their things for 3 years and then they ended up moving back. Yeah, so they're still in the nest. It's hideous.
That's very odd.
It's awful.
That's maybe why you've got so much bad blood. See, my parents love me. It's the best thing you can do to love your kids is have them move to another country and be away for a year or more.
Oh God, no, I get that. I'd love them so much if they were away.
Yeah.
And even more if they were in a different country.
And then I speak to my dad on the phone, and my dad would just be like, "Oh, Matthew, we're so proud of you. You are so amazing." Right, and then I come back for 2 weeks. On the last day, he goes, "When are you leaving?"
Yeah, I think that's... I mean, it's like my husband and I, we are in texts and emails, we're really, if we're away from each other, we're really good. Yeah. Or he is. And it's just like a different person.
Yeah.
And then 2 seconds in through the door, the misery starts. We've been together a very long time, been together 28 years.
That's lovely. That's so beautiful. Can you tell me more about the institution of marriage? Because a gift that Hazel's lovely mother got for her and I is some scrolls from close members of her family. So one came from her mother, another came from her close auntie, another from her grandmother, and another from her godfather and their prospective partners. And they're these scrolls we open up. I can show them when we go to the house. And they've got these messages about marriage and the secrets to a strong marriage and all these different things going through. And they're little like messages for us as a couple to take forth, which was a lovely, lovely gift. But if you could write out your own scroll and say give it to us or even your own children that were about to get married, what would be your advice about the institution of marriage?
Don't
Do it.
It would be a short scroll,
Yeah.
more of a stamp.
Yeah.
Hang on a second, no, rewind. So they each made a scroll for you.
So the scrolls were already pre-made. They wrote them.
so they bought these scrolls, say from Amazon or something.
Yeah, her mother bought the scrolls in a charity shop. Then I believe texted or emailed these people. They texted or emailed back whatever the message was. The mother wrote out the scrolls and put them in the thing together. I believe that was how it worked.
Wow, it's quite...
A very unique gift.
Yeah,
Lovely.
and quite sort of old-fashioned.
Yeah.
Sort of Little House on the Prairie-ish. Is that because Australians are quite backward?
These people are from Yorkshire, so
Well, they are quite backward, aren't they?
they're from Ilkley.
Oh, isn't that sweet? And they'd put sort of all their sort of like things that they think you should be mindful of.
Yeah, it was just like, the secret to a good marriage is first of all, always be kind and patient with each other, and the good first thing is to get with someone who you enjoy their company, and that's going to transfer through, because now it's going to be the two of you forever. There's a lot of scrolls; they're all mixing into one. I'm mashing this up.
And are they all quite a happy clan? It sounds like they are.
Yeah, it's a nice family to be a part of when you don't have your own. I quite enjoy going to their family events, because all the dramas that happen in families happen in my family and everyone's family. I'm not involved in because I'm just a partner. You know what I mean? So I can just sit back and
It's nice.
have a chat to whoever's not involved.
I know other people's families are really good, aren't
I know.
they? You can just kind of take the good stuff,
Yeah.
like the roast dinners and
Yeah.
the presents.
The
and
dinner last night was amazing. Went to a beautiful Chinese restaurant in Garsley.
Yeah.
Don't know what it was called, but I wasn't involved in any of the decision, but enjoyed the food
It's good, isn't it?
and left, and
Yeah.
the night continues on.
Yeah, no, that's good. I like the scrolls thing. That's good. I think what's really one thing I would say about a marriage is separate bathrooms if you can.
Okay.
I mean, not everybody can afford 2 bathrooms.
Why?
Because I think that mixing up of the sort of the unpleasant stuff, it chips away at the mystery and the romance. And I think if you're going to be together a long time, like a lot of young people now, I've heard
seen my
disgusting
girlfriend
things. No, that's disgusting, Matthew.
And my girlfriend's seen me poo.
It's disgusting. You're absolutely on a road to nowhere. It's foul and disgusting, and you must stop now.
But sometimes
You're going to have to... No,
help
listen
it.
to me. You're going to have to... Of course you can help it. You're not an animal. The thing is...
I don't like it. I don't be like, babe, come in, I'm pooing.
But you can lock the door.
Yeah, but sometimes you just don't.
Well, that's silly. You must get into the habit of locking the door, because you've got a long road ahead of you, and you're going to have to maintain romance and possibly sexual congress. Now, I'm not advising that, but some people...
Everyone poops.
But we don't have to see other people poop, do we? We've moved on from that. We don't have middens in the street where we
Hang on, what are middens? Hang on.
Open toilets. We're not in the Middle Ages where people have to see you.
I thought that was in your lifetime that they had middens in the street. I was like, are you going to tell me something about history here, Mandy? When I was a girl, we used to poo in the street. It was amazing. I once saw my father drop a log right in the centre of town. Tell me more, Mandy.
Oh, Matty. So, but what I'm saying is that you can't be look, you've got years ahead of you, and it's going to be really hard, to keep that going. And you see what I'm doing there with my hands? That
clapping.
means
the clap. We've got to keep the clap in the family.
Yeah. And you're going to struggle after a few years. The shine is going to wear off.
Yeah.
And you're going to think, we've got to bang each other again. It's not her, not him. You will, trust me.
Really?
And then those images of your partner crapping on the bog will flash before your eyes, and you'll feel even more repulsed by them.
Really?
Yeah, you will, trust. And you look at me now thinking she's mad, but honestly...
Well, I hear this from almost everybody, so
I
know that it's true. What I find difficult, right, is right now at this very moment that we live in, right, my relationship with Hazel, all right, has very little, like a very small bearing around sexual intimacy, right? I feel like that's a very small part of it. Now, although we have sex on quite a regular basis, because we're young,
how regular?
once a day, maybe once every 2 days.
Okay, and you've been together a year.
2 years.
Oh,
now.
2 years.
Yeah.
Oh, that's all right.
So
That's not bad.
it's continuous. Sometimes maybe in a day we might do multiple times in a day, right? But it's not a case of like if she was like, right, we're abstaining for 12 months. I would be okay if we were abstaining for 12 months. Like
Well, just keep that thought in your head, because that will be down the line.
Yeah.
That will happen,
But that's
whether
that's
you
fine.
want it or not.
And I think there's a song, I don't know if you've heard it, I'll play it to you when we get into the flat, right? And it's called, I don't know what it's called, but it's by Lady Gaga, right? It's from that film A Star Is Born, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And one of the lines in it just says, nothing you ever say isn't of interest to me of time. And it's a case of like, it's this beautiful love song, like no matter what you say, it's always interesting because you are my partner, you know what I mean? And I quite like that. And sometimes she'll say things and I think, I'm really not fucking interested in this at
Already,
all.
2 years in.
But I'm like, I will be interested in it because I'm interested in you, and whatever you might be saying might be completely irrelevant and be of absolutely no interest or benefit to my life in any way, shape or form. Yeah. However, I really enjoy your company and I want you to be happy. And I want you to feel valued and cherished and all the rest.
That's lovely. That's nice. And long may you continue pooing in front of each other. And I, via con Dios, I think it might work for you.
It's not a regular occurrence, but probably I think I've seen her poo maybe twice, and she's probably saying me more because I'm a little bit less liberal with the lock and whatever, and I'm just not asked. She comes in like I'm pooing, and she goes, I've just got to get whatever, But if it was a big issue for her, she'd probably be like, no, I'll wait.
I would vomit.
Really?
Yeah, I've never even broken wind in front of my husband.
Really?
Never.
28 years.
I think he's probably slipped up a couple of times.
Is that really what he wants, though? Or does he want to have a free-for-all?
Oh, God, no. He'd be also repulsed.
Really? So the two of you weirdos found each other. Because when she laughs, she farts, I find it hilarious. I just laugh. And the bigger the fart, the bigger the laugh.
I think it's marvellous. I mean, young people now seem to just, fart and
hopefully she
poo
farts
in front of
in
each
your
other.
presence when you're there. And
I do hope not. It will put me off my roast.
She farts in your Yorkshire pudding. Now, you've bought a big fuck-off list of shit. She's got 2 pages of notes, and the first point is Enrique Iglesias.
I know.
What do you want to say about Enrique Iglesias?
Oh my God. So do you listen to, you probably don't, you're not the right age, Radio 4 ever?
I don't really listen to radio in the UK.
No.
At all.
Okay.
Because radio's dying, and that's the saddest thing. Like, obviously my interest in radio is high, but for a career, but my interest in radio as a consumer is very low because for us, radio is on the down. But what happened?
So I was listening to a program called Unbelievable Truths. I think it's David Mitchell, who was in the chair, and I listen to it most weeks, especially when I'm driving. And the panel has to try. They get given a topic, whether it be chocolate or
try to stop banging the table.
I'll try and stop banging the table. So, and they have to talk for a minute on that subject and smuggle truths past the rest of the panel,
right? Okay.
And make it entertaining.
Okay.
And I found out today that Enrique Iglesias, is that how you say it? Iglesias. And Donny Osmond.
I don't know who Donny Osmond is.
Okay, so he was a popster in the 70s.
Okay. 20 years before I was born.
Yeah.
My whole lifetime before I was alive.
I got it the first time, Matty. I hate young people. I actually hate them. So apparently, those 2 people, and there's obviously more, but there are 2 famous ones.
Yeah.
All their internal organs are on the right-hand side of their body instead of the left.
So are all mine on the left? Is that like a normal people's are on the left?
Yeah, Matty, they are. Yeah, all your organs are. Yeah.
That's not true at all, though.
Yeah. It is true at all.
That's not about? Because if you're in a cage fight, you're doing Muay Thai, and you kick somebody in either side of here, the same shot happens. So that side there is your liver shot, and that side there
is your what?
Your other organ. I don't know
what is that organ, Matty?
No, because it hurts just as much.
It hurts, but you're not. But the organ, no, your organs are mostly on the left. I think you're right. Now you've got me confused. I had a really interesting fact, and you've crapped all over it. Your heart's sort of like in the.
Found that you crap in front of your husband. Where is my heart?
Well, it's kind of it's sort of in the middle, but to the left.
To the left.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm so fat I can't find it.
You do have one. You have a heart. Hopefully. But yeah, so they're both their internal organs are on the opposite side of their bodies.
And how did they find this out?
Who find it out? These people, Donnie and
Enrique. And then how did the people on BBC find it out?
Well, Wikipedia, or something.
I would have thought probably like date of birth, location, like discography would probably come before as to what side are your organs on. It's just L or R, left or right.
I think, you were mentioning the OCD earlier on. I think you do have OCD, don't you? You're completely ruining my stories.
No, okay, that's fine. Move on to the next
Move on to the next shit story.
That was a great 4 minutes of content.
Okay, so edit, cut. So apparently, you can't cut any of this shit. That's really...
No, we have to keep it in.
You could have said that earlier. So apparently, rats express regret. And do you know how this... No, this is absolutely true. Some dipshit was given money. This experiment was funded by somebody. But listen, this is how they found out. So they put, like say, a McDonald's here and a KFC on the left, and the rats had to go for one or the other. So listen. So they saw the rats either going for the McDonald's or the KFC, and then they noticed that whichever one they picked, the rat would look over their shoulder to look at the food that they'd not chosen, and they said that was regret. They'd not picked the other meal.
But hang on, did they have rats going for both food, but they both regretted the other thing? Was it really just one giant big ad for like McDonald's or KFC? Because let's say most of the rats went for KFC, right?
Yeah.
But the study was funded by McDonald's. So the rats are there enjoying, like a 9-piece bucket, original recipe, wicked wings. They go on hammering and tongs, right? Then they bring out a Big Mac, and all the rats have got like sensors on their brains, are like, and they're experiencing regret because they're sitting there eating the wicked wings thinking, we could have had a Big Mac.
Yeah.
It's one giant ad for McDonald's. And the best way to promote fast food companies is by using rats.
Do you know, I never thought of any of that, Matty.
Come on.
That's because I'm probably a bit more normal in the head than you.
Who the fuck is using rats to promote?
Yeah, so apparently they pick the KFC and then just look sneakily back with regret and sadness.
How are they measuring the regret, Mandy?
Just a look over the shoulder.
Just a look.
But you know what? I bet they couldn't care less about the plague. I bet they have no regrets about that.
Why are you talking about stuff from your childhood, Mandy? Keep it current day. Come on, please.
Anyway, there were two things that I learnt today by listening to the radio, Matty. Instead of reading your comic books.
I've not read. I don't think I've read a book since school. Since school. No, I read Othello.
Yeah.
Shakespeare.
Yeah.
And I read Holes. Do you remember Holes? About the naughty kids that were digging holes?
No.
What else did we read?
Holes. No, I've never heard of that. So you just watch mainly stuff?
Romeo and Juliet.
You read Romeo and Juliet. Was that for your English?
Yeah. It was the only time we had to read.
Yeah.
That was it. Do you know the reason I dropped out of studying law was because they were making me read?
Mm-hmm. You have to read quite a lot if you want to be a lawyer.
Yeah. And I said, I don't like reading, I just like arguing. And then we had an argument about how much reading I had to do, and that ended me doing that degree.
But you can argue without reading.
Absolutely, you can.
Just you can just wing it.
But you need to know what you're arguing about, and that's why this was the argument I was having with the lecturer. I said, why do we read so much? I said, well, I'm better at arguing. He said, we can have an argument now. He said, but to know what you're arguing about, you have to know the information to begin with.
Pedant.
So,
do you know, there's always one that spoils people's fun, isn't there?
Absolutely. And he definitely had me, you know, in the worst way possible.
Not in the worst way, though. And that would be physical. Didn't have you physically.
He did have me in a headlock while we were out.
That's how it is in Australia.
The lecturers get quite physical in Australia. What other notes have you got here? Dave Chappelle?
Okay, no. So,
she definitely has
watched,
Dave Chappelle written down.
No, that's something else. I watched The Irishman last night.
Did you? Mm-hmm. I watched the first 45 minutes and then I fell asleep. But it was because I was tired, not because the film was bad. I was enjoying it.
Oh, it's so good.
So far. Did you watch it for the full thing?
I did, and I didn't get bored once, and I get really easily bored.
Really?
I get really fidgety, really easily bored, and I
another film
loved it.
that you might enjoy?
Yeah, go on.
Vice, the Dick Cheney film, Steve Carell,
yeah,
and Christian Bale.
I got bored.
Did you?
Yeah, I'm really bored.
Have you tried to watch it?
Yeah, I watched it on Famil, and they were enjoying it, and I did about half an hour, and I thought, I don't care.
Really?
I thought Steve Carell was fantastic.
Yes.
But I just thought, I don't care. It's just lots of men in suits, and I just was very bored. I get bored really quickly, and and then I think a good thing about I don't know. I used to watch or read things or put up with really boring situations,
right?
Because you feel you have to finish a book, you feel you have to finish a film, or you feel you have to just sit with boring people. And now, because I'm on the clock, you know, I don't have long, and I just think,
really,
yeah,
you look fantastic.
I know,
though.
and I just
how long do you think you've got?
I think I've probably got maybe at most 15 years. Yeah,
really?
I know. I think that's what I'm.
No.
Yeah. I've already made my will. I've kind of figured out where I want to be. I'm going to have a pod. I'm going to have a natural burial.
A natural burial?
Yeah.
Can you explain that to me?
Yeah,
I'm not familiar with it. I've never researched what burial I would have.
No, you're a bit young, 24.
If I was to die now, I'm not really too fussed how they get rid of me.
Don't bother, because you're way too young.
It'd just be a horrible accident, and I think that's the best way to go. Like chopped up in helicopter blades, or like hit by a train or something.
Really quick.
Like, I want to go splat. If I'm dying before I'm 50, I want to be like splat or like seriously maimed.
Maimed?
Yeah.
So like your
helicopter blades is ideal. I think that's like.
You don't want to be maimed. Just means sort of like living with a chopped off
not maimed.
arm.
I mean like
fatally
chopped up. Yeah.
It's sort of spectacular kind of.
Yeah. Blaze of glory type thing. Explosion also really good.
Yeah, well, it might happen. You know, it might. No, people do.
The sky is the limit. You know?
People die all the time in, you know, threshing machines. People fall into boiling liquids in factories. People, you know, in terrible car crashes. It could happen. I mean, statistically, you know, it's probably not that remote.
Yeah.
So your dream might come true, Matty.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm hoping not to die like that.
Yeah.
Falling into a vat of treacle in a factory or something. I'd like to just go peacefully.
Okay.
Without suffering.
So explain to me a natural burial, sorry.
I think it just, I haven't gone into it. I've just kind of said I want a natural burial, and then I've got to now go and sort of find out what that is. But it's sort of, it's having a nice sort of biodegradable coffin, not one that costs like a fortune.
What's it made out of? Cardboard. They put you in a shoebox.
Papier-mâché or something.
Yeah.
Straw. I'm not sure.
You. We could mummify you. Yeah, that would be fun. I'd be up for that. That could be like a little day out, you know. Mummify Mandy.
It could be like one of those days out that you get on, you know, like
Groupon. Come and mummify an old bag. £80, usually £120.
So yeah, and then you get sort of put into the earth in a sort of like a nice leafy glade somewhere.
Okay.
Not, you know, and
not in a cemetery.
No, and you get a non-religious ceremony.
Okay.
Are you yawning a lot, aren't you?
Sorry,
it's just this talk of death. It's
not a case of I'm bored. It's just I do a lot of things. For a guy that's unemployed, I'm very busy.
No, I do believe you. So that's it. Yeah. So you don't have.
They plant a tree on top of you.
Yeah, they plant a tree, and some herbs are probably sprinkled, some shit like that.
When you say some herbs, you're talking about marijuana.
No, I think some rosemary, some thyme. I'm not not sure,
Smorica.
Matty. I'm really not sure.
Really?
I haven't gone into the detail, but I just know it's.
Do you think it would be odd if the herbs that grew out of your grave someone then picked and put on a pizza and served to members of your living family?
That I would like that.
I think the craziest thing
good.
was, I remember doing a podcast, I can't even remember who it was, because as I said, we've done hundreds of these, right? You're not special. But we were talking about eating our mothers, and like, what would it take for you to eat your mum? What do you think it would take for your kids to eat you?
Oh, they're real pussies. They wouldn't.
What about if they didn't know that? Could we trick them?
That'd be good. I'd like to do that. Yeah.
Like put a bit of your liver in a lasagna or something.
Yeah, it'd be good, wouldn't it? It's kind of the circle of life. But they're just really wussy.
Yeah.
Like a lot of kids now, they don't.
They're just soft.
They're soft.
Did you not get them into martial arts as kids?
No, they've had way too sort of a middle class upbringing.
Oh, because you've been to Waitrose too many
I
times.
know.
They always buy bloody olives.
Oh, honestly, it's ruined them. They are absolutely just useless. They'd be useless if they were, in a knife fight or something, or, they're
That doesn't
just.
make sense to me. I don't get that. Like every parent, like I look at Kevin Hart as a prime example, right? Now, Kevin Hart's mother was a single mother, struggled really hard. And Kevin Hart's older brother, have you seen the big documentary about Kevin Hart and his life?
Oh, no, I haven't. It's on Netflix.
On Netflix, wonderful documentary. His brother went off the rails completely. It's called... the first episode is Kevin 24/7, but I can't remember what the actual show was called. Just if you look at Kevin Hart, it'd be like, I don't know, it's called My Life as a Small Black Comedian. I don't know what it's called. But his older brother grew up, and his mum knew that she'd made mistakes. She gave him too much rope. He took it and he ran away with it, and he was out of control. And it got to the point where his brother was stealing from his mum and bringing home all sorts of bad people. And he goes, I can't have this for your little brother. You've got to go. So kicked out the older brother and just basically wrote him off. Like, big mistake. We fucked up with that one. Let's try and do really well with this one. And that was Kevin. So got him into like a regimented thing. And she thought, if I can give him things to do, things to focus his energy, because he was a very intelligent and energetic boy. After school, every day after school, he was doing extracurricular activities, whether it was chess, whether it was boxing, whether it was hockey, whether it was swimming, whatever, whether it was extra homework or tuition or maths or science or whatever. Every day after school would finish at 4, and from 7 he'd be doing something else, and he'd come home, eat, bed, and she would just tire him out with activities, and it was all structured, and that was his life. And then it ended in him being very intelligent, very driven, very motivated, and very experienced in a lot of different things. And now he's able to go out, he's got a lot of confidence, he's got a lot of drive and what have you, and his life's gone on, and he's gone back and spoken with his brother, and his brother's sort of cleaned his life up to an extent to be enough in the public eye. But, he's obviously, his brother's Kevin Hart, multi-million-dollar. His dad's come back out of the woodwork, stopped taking all this bloody methamphetamines, and goes, Kevin, I love you. Can I have 10 grand because I've bloody fucked me heart up or whatever. But it's a very interesting process because his mum's now passed away. His dad is still alive. His dad was addicted to the drugs all the years and had this, horrible shit going on. And his mum was this like lovely, hard-working woman that was trying to support these kids. The bloody drug addict's still alive, and the beautiful salt of the earth, hard-working mother's dead. And the son that she put in all this effort into, she never got to see the finished product. She never got to see his like superstardom at the top and everything that she worked towards. But if you think about it, all these parents, like his kids now, he's sort of trying in a way to emulate what his mother did with him and keeping his kids busy and trying to keep them worldly. But it's a case of they don't need to do these things. Everything they want for is given to them. They live in this massive house in Beverly Hills and they have a holiday house in Spain and whatever. Everything they need is given to them. So when the challenges come, how are they going to cope with it?
You can't, honestly, you can't, there's no formula.
Yeah.
And most of it's genetics.
Yeah.
If you're going to have a couple of pillocks.
Is that why you want to end the genetics for your clan?
think we must
Because
stop
your
the
kids are
rot
such an
now.
embarrassment. Stop the rot.
No, I'm an embarrassment to them.
You're the embarrassment.
Oh
to
yeah, they're kids now. They're not. You know, I was young in the 80s. That was wild, and
Fun.
yeah, a lot of fun. And now they're. You know, I'll give you an example. Okay, so I had
Tell me
a
what
gift.
it was like in the 80s.
I can't remember. I did that many drugs.
Oh, Mandy, you saucy bitch.
But no, so I had a gift voucher for Christmas for John Lewis.
Okay.
That's how we roll. And I thought, I'm going to get really healthy, and I'm really seriously going to get healthy because I really need to get healthy because I'm saying 15. I've got 15 years left. The way I'm going, it's probably 7. So I thought I'm going to get my.
You eating cement or bleach or?
I don't really take care of myself at all. I don't smoke, which is good.
Okay.
And I don't.
Do you drink a lot?
No, I don't. But I'm very, very.
Do you take a lot of ketamine?
No, I just don't move a lot.
Okay.
I've stopped doing that, and I eat too much,
Okay.
and I'm a bit of an insomniac, and so I'm going to get healthy. Okay. I don't want to bore you with all my ailments. And,
Oh no, they're very exciting. I love diagnosing.
Okay, can we have another podcast where I just come and talk about my ailments?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, because I'll bring a
Call it
list.
What's wrong with Mandy?
Oh, I'd love that. People can phone in. Just, like
I've
house.
never had phone-ins, but for that.
No, but we will just to. Anyway, so I thought I'll get really super healthy and I'll do the smoothie thing, which I've never done before. I mean,
Explain what the smoothie thing is for those that don't know.
So, okay, and for people living under a rock.
Okay.
So instead of just, buying one in a shop somewhere, which I've done occasionally, but you make your own and you can put greens in it, like, spinach and kale and things like that, and some fruit and coconut wood. But I thought, no, I'm going to do this. I'm going to get a smoothie maker, and I researched which was the best one to get, and I had quite a good chunk of money on this gift voucher. So I went to John Lewis and I bought a NutriBullet.
Okay.
And as I was buying it, no word of a lie, so the assistant comes up, lovely young lady, and I said, can you tell me which one's the best one and, which one I should get and so on. And she said, this one, you should definitely get this one. I had this one. And she said, I got this when it was a really tough period of my life. And between chatting to me about the NutriBullet and then taking me to buy it, she must have said to me 5 times, and she was about 25. She said, this got me through a very dark period in my life.
This NutriBullet
Yeah.
got me through a dark period in my life.
like a smoothie maker, and I looked really disinterested the first time. So maybe that's why she said it 5 times. I switched off, and I thought, dark period. Anyway, this is young people.
We watched a film last night. The funniest line in it was everyone would start telling you the story that you didn't need to know, and this woman would every time be like, no one needs to know your life story, honey. Like, that was it. That's literally what it makes you think of. No one cares that a fucking smoothie got you through a dark time.
A smoothie got her through. But in my day it was drugs, lots of
you
sex.
You didn't ask what the dark time was.
I wasn't interested, Matty.
See,
I'm not,
because I find these people so funny.
Do you?
Like,
I
their
don't.
life is in such disarray
No.
that a smoothie maker can get them through a dark time.
I think if you feel that a smoothie maker solved your dark time, it wasn't that dark, I think you're just deluded.
That's why she's working at John Lewis. Shout out to them. I think they're next to go under. Debenhams is gone now.
Debenhams, Jesus.
I think John Lewis is close. You don't think so?
No, John Lewis is lovely. We've just got one in Leeds now. It's just lovely.
It'll be gone in 6 months. I bet your bottom dollar.
Well,
you better get in there and buy another fucking NutriBullet before it all goes under.
But I have to say, it is the most. I mean, I will never say the words a smoothie maker got me through a dark time.
Yeah.
But they are fantastic.
Can I rain and piss all over your parade? Mm-hmm. Okay. Do you know anything about nutrition and enzymes in food?
Mm-hmm. A little.
Okay. Are you familiar that when you put the bananas and the kale and the spinach and you blend it all up, you break up the enzyme components and it doesn't actually absorb into your body the same way as if you just eaten it?
No.
Okay. Because it is quite a common thing. Because it's nice to put it in a smoothie, absolutely. Fantastic. But if you, not saying you put it all in together, but say if you were to cook the kale and spinach and have some mushrooms and some onions and some peppers and, and some other type of vegetables, green vegetables, broccolis and carrots and whatever.
Vegetables.
Yeah, put it all in together and then have the fruit as a dessert type situation instead of sort of blending it all up in together. The actual nutrient content of the food will absorb into you a lot better because even the chewing motion
breaks down the...
Absolutely. Well, within your mouth, right, within your saliva, as you chew, right, your mouth produces more saliva to lube stuff up, right? So the saliva has the active ingredient in it that helps start breaking it down before it gets to the stomach acid, right? And as the saliva goes down, not only does the food seep into the glands in your mouth, right, that helps power your brain and whatever else, but also then lubricates it on the way down and helps it to all break down. When you smoothie, there's no saliva being produced, you're just drinking. So you're just drinking it down, it all sits there, it goes... And then you piss and poo it out. It's not doing you as much good. So you might think, I had 100 grams of kale and whatever today. And you look, and even these people that do these sort of MyFitness log, and they log their macros and calories, and they're being told now 100 grams of kale eating is not 100 grams of kale blended, if that makes sense. If we're using it, because you're breaking it all up into these tiny little pieces, and there's no digestive process. You're almost interrupting it with a machine.
Matty, I wish I'd done this podcast a couple of weeks
ago.
ago.
Don't let me, because smoothies are fantastic if you are also sort of bolstering it up. Are you putting in any sort of protein powders or any...
Should I?
Possibly.
Can we do another podcast about smoothies?
We can do another podcast about smoothies. What I would say as well is I wouldn't have it as a permanent meal replacement. I would have it as a 1 meal a day replacement. So maybe have a breakfast and a dinner and replace your lunch in the middle of the day, or have a breakfast and a lunch and replace your dinner with a smoothie. If I was doing it, I would recommend breakfast, lunch, replace the dinner with a smoothie, because the dinner's often the most stressful meal of the day. Because you've
your digestion, you mean?
No. So it's the most, because you're coming from work, you've just done a day, and then you feel like you have to, the whole idea in society of dinner is, it's got to be the most extravagant meal of the day. Like breakfast is just breakfast, you just make it up, boom, bang, you're done, out the door, right? Lunch, you're on the go, you're doing whatever, and then dinner, it's like, we're sitting down for a nice dinner, I've put this on, I've had the casserole on all day, whatever. You need to do away with the traditional idea of dinner, because let's say you have dinner, what time would you usually have dinner?
7.
What time would you go to bed?
11, 12.
Okay. So 7, you've then got, 4 hours? 4 hours until you go to bed. 4 hours, your body's just starting to digest it. But in that time, between 7 and 11, what do you do? Sit and watch something?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm quite fidgety. I'm up and down a lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you're not going for a run or walking around or doing what you do during the day?
Might hang a wash up.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Do
you think we've lost a lot of listeners, Massey? I feel on the...
This is changing lives, Mandy, right?
I hope so.
Because
it's changed my life. I'm going to put the smoothie maker in the bin when I get home.
No, don't.
I feel quite depressed about my smoothie maker.
Don't put the smoothie maker in the bin.
I felt really positive.
Because, okay, if you have a large breakfast, a really good breakfast that sets you up for a day, and then you go about your day, right? You get to about 1 o'clock, you're like, I'm hungry, I'm going to eat. Even make it the night before. Have prepared a lovely lunch that you're looking forward to enjoying, whatever it is, a curry, a casserole, or whatever. The thing you might have made for dinner, have that at lunchtime. Then have that digested and burn that off all afternoon. Come home, sit down at 7 o'clock, have a smoothie. The smoothie's going to go right through you. It doesn't take as long to digest. The food's already broken down. It picks you up for a bit. It keeps you light. You go to bed. You're not going to bed heavy. You're going to bed almost empty. You wake up in the morning. You're dying for that breakfast. You break the fast. You move on. It's almost a form of intermittent fasting without having to put that pressure on your body. Having a big dinner makes very little sense. Now, I try to tell a lot of people this, but no one's listening. Can manage to do it.
They're switching off.
It's hard because it just goes against everything you've always known.
Well, we could be like a You could be like a team, couldn't we? I could give the sort of, the marriage and the life guidance. You could give the nutrition, the health and fitness.
But the problem is I have all this knowledge, but I don't put it into practice very often. Or I do the dinner thing a lot, right? But it's just a case of I just like shit food.
I like all food.
Yeah.
That's, I'm an equal opportunities scoffer, basically. I like the shit food. I like the ratio to be good food to shit food.
I ate 12 peanut butter cups yesterday.
What are they?
Like little chocolate cups with peanut butter.
Oh, like Reese's things.
Yeah.
Ah,
I ate 12 of them. I couldn't
That's
stop.
nothing. Jesus.
I'll show you how big they
nothing.
are. I'll show you.
There's little chocolate things.
It's bigger than that though.
Oh,
Like
and
maybe-
peanut butter's quite dense, isn't it?
Maybe that big and maybe that thick. I'll show you them when we get home. I've got more.
I like sort of really good stuff, and I like to have more good stuff, but it's still calorific stuff. Like I like hummus and baba ganoush and all.
Yeah.
I like cheese and I like vegetables. I like everything, but I also like all the shit stuff like pizza and. I could live on sandwiches, I think. I think actually, I'm going to reverse on that. I could live on sandwiches for the next, till I die.
Put your sandwiches in the NutriBullet and see what happens. with a scoop of protein and a bit of kale.
So have you done the death row meal? What would be your death row meal?
Well, if I could have any meal, like...
So starter, main course and pudding.
Oh, really? I can get a starter?
You can get a starter.
I would like...
You might not be able to get it down.
My mother's homemade cheesy garlic bread as a starter.
Starter?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's very, very nice. Then Mum's homemade Italian lasagna. We're not Italian.
No.
But it's good fucking lasagna.
Right.
Side comes with a coleslaw as well. So there's like a traditional Australian coleslaw. Those of you back in Australia, it's made with condensed milk and Coleman's mustard powder. Makes the sauce, and
sounds
then you
good.
just put through the thing. Yeah, it's fucking great. And lemon juice as well. She does it good. She knows her shit, right?
Yeah.
So that would be the main. And then the dessert, there's a chocolate self-saucing pudding.
Sorry, say it again.
Chocolate self-saucing pudding. So it's basically
Self-saucing.
like a chocolate brownie, but you put in too much mixture and then you don't cook it all the way. So the outside of it is like chocolate brownie, but then the self-saucing is when you cut into the middle, there's all this like brownie mix that didn't actually get cooked, and that's like the sauce in the middle. So it's a self-saucing pudding, and you have that with either like vanilla or just like a basic Neapolitan maybe, or just like even French vanilla is good. I can't have too much ice cream there because lactose makes me fart and shit too much, but
That's lovely. Thanks.
so yeah.
Yeah, no, that's good. But isn't it? When I was growing up, mostly people weren't fat because food
and
was
everyone
shit.
was on death row.
Food, you wish you were, because the food was so bad.
What do you mean? It just didn't taste as good?
Oh, Matty,
is it just your parents didn't know how to cook?
No, there wasn't. You don't understand. You're so young. Food in the 60s, 70s, and even sort of into the 80s was really shit. I don't know what it was like in Australia.
But I don't know. I was born in 95,
you see,
and I
you
only
were
really
born
started
into
paying
the-
attention to
Yeah.
foods into the 2000s.
You see, you were born when food got good.
Yeah.
And everyone used garlic. Everyone was already using garlic and eating pasta and avocados and garlic bread. And
So these people just didn't eat these foods?
they weren't there, Matty.
Oh, where were they though? But avocados have been around for hundreds of years.
But not in this country.
Oh, right, okay.
They were on trees in Africa.
Oh, right.
Or Spain or
and
Italy.
no one understood the...
No, we ate literally every meal in a sort of, especially in a northern working class household, would be
Sausages?
pies.
Yeah.
But no, or meat,
Yeah.
mash and a veg.
Yeah.
Or a piece of meat, some boiled potatoes and peas.
That was technically what we ate growing up as well, but like that was
We talked about lasagna though and self-saucing chocolate pudding, so I'm not sure.
Yeah, but that was like a special treat. Like mainly it would be like sausages or saveloys or whatever, or like a lamb chop or something. Mashed potato every night, and then like a little serving of carrots and peas, or corn, peas and beans, or carrots, and that was mainly the dinner most nights. And that would be like, oh, it's Saturday, we're having lasagna or something. Like when Mum had time to prepare, something better, she would. And then all of a sudden, it was like we've run way over time, but it doesn't matter. All of a sudden, my dad just decided that he was going to start cooking because Mum would get home later than him. So he just decided, and then Dad became a better cook than Mum. Just started doing it, and then we were like, "Oh, Mum, are you cooking tonight?"
Oh, you poor Mum.
And then she was really lost. She was like, "What am I good for? You know, the washing."
Oh no.
And then she taught me how to do the washing, and I took over that. And then she just sat back like.
And
a
she left you
cat.
all.
Yeah.
Then she packed up, moved to Greece, met a woman called
Sandra.
living on Lesbos.
Two of them are just loving it.
What was that noise, Matty?
That was lesbian love.
Oh, it's the best kind.
Is it?
I think apparently.
Have you had a lesbian experience?
No, but I'm not ruling it out.
Ooh.
I don't rule anything out. Well, I do. I rule most things out. That was an absolute stupid brag. I rule almost everything out.
We're done. Oh. Is there anyone that you'd like to thank or promote?
Who would I like to thank? I'd like to thank myself for being here in this freezing cold fucking room.
Are you really cold? Do you want my jumper? I'm very warm.
I don't know, it's Hazel's jumper, isn't it?
Well,
I don't
yeah,
think, tell her I'm coming in her jumper. I think she'll look at me a bit weird.
You should put it on as we walk in. I'll put yours on. We'll have a great time.
No, thank you for having me.
That's all right, Mandy. Stay safe and be kind to your husband.
I'll try.